Look, I'm pumped. I just had breakfast for lunch because I'm a goddamn adult. I chugged a power drink, Rockstar. No, we're not sponsored. You know, somebody asked us about that. Someone was like, "Hey, it must be nice drinking all those Rockstars when you're sponsored." Listen, Jack, me and Cody sponsored by Rockstar. That's a whole different deal. Just saying, whole different deal. That is not the case. Here's what we got going on today. Let me give you some backstory. All right. The last couple months have been crazy. Some of you know, my dad, old Cap, died. It was sudden. He was in pretty good health. And it happened on vacation in the place he loves, and it's Montana. He'd go fly fishing there at least once, twice a year for the last 20 years. And that was his last deal. That was his last hurrah, whatever you want to call it. In my opinion, we should all be that lucky. Most of us aren't. So it's been kind of crazy the last couple months. How you doing, guys? Hello. Yeah. No. Oh, good. Now our dogs are going on. Don't you love when dogs just start barking and just crush your video in the middle of it? It's real life, folks. That's all I'm saying. So look, last couple months have been crazy. And haven't been able to get back out on a boat very much. A couple times over the last couple months. Been trying to deal with everything else, as you can imagine. Also, I mean, you can see, like, see all those boxes? I mean, it's a nightmare here, okay? Absolute nightmare. So, I have tackle. Figured I'd talk to you guys about it. One is all worming stuff, because I thought you guys were going to make me go worming all summer. All summer? I thought you guys were going to make me go worming for an entire day of fishing. If you went to our YouTube community tab, you'd look at the posts, and it asked you guys a question: what do you want to see me go out and fish all day long? I thought it was going to be worming. Ordered a bunch of these. It's not worming. It's top water, which is a bunch of those. I have a shitload of top water, but I ordered this crap anyway. That's just how we roll. Also, we got a couple other things that have been, you know, back order for a long time. And I'll be honest with you, I need the fucking boxes. So let's get into it, okay? First things first, got a Suicide Shad from ABT. Totally forgot I ordered that. Pretty awesome. It's all, you know, handwritten. It's custom. Makes you feel like you bought a custom, super custom bait, which we kind of did, even though it came from Tackle Warehouse, but whatever. You can see, pretty badass. I dig it. Super fat. It's got a wood knocking sound, which I dig. I like that. Can't wait to not catch any fish on this. But I'm going to throw it at least a half a dozen times before I give up. And then I'm going to put it back away, because that's how I roll with swim baits. I really wish I wasn't kidding about that. I hate these things. Anyway, that's a cool bait, and I am going to throw it. I just don't think I'm going to do much with it. Who knows? I'm, you know, not much of a swim bait guy. But people catch shitload of big fish. What can you do? Let's move on to this box. There's more. Look. Hands down, one of the coolest baits that I've seen in the last couple of years are these Shimano flash boosts. They come in jerk baits, they have them in crankbaits, I think, and they have them in topwater. And you know, I'm by the shit out of some topwater baits that do like flashy things. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm pretty sure you can. There's a little flash thing in there. These are 3/8 ounce. They're 69 millimeters. Whatever in the shit that means. We're not on the metric system here. Here's another one. 40 millimeter, I don't get it, whatever. Just give it to us in inches, fella. They're pretty cool though. I got them in Ghost IU and Smelt, which are almost identical. I bought 2 of each, even though there's only one there of one kind. And that's because I couldn't wait any longer, and I put it on one of my rods already. They're pretty sweet. I dig them a bunch, and I can't wait to catch some fish on them. I didn't catch shit on it last time, but that doesn't mean, yeah, anything. It's middle of summer. This is probably the coolest bait I bought in a long time because I think they're adorable. Let's see. Spro Bronzeye Pop 40s, 40 millimeter. A frog that's 40 millimeters. Get the entire F-bomb out of here. Look at how cool these are. Look at them. They're freaking adorable, man. They're tiny. Here's the coolest part about this bait. You can throw it on spinning tackle. A couple weeks ago, you heard Cody talk about how he really enjoys watching new people try and throw a frog. And I thought that was pretty mean-spirited. But Cody's a dick. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding about Cody being a dick. I'm kidding about the mean-spirited thing. I know he was just having fun. And let me tell you something. It is interesting. Shit, I still do it every time. I throw a frog, blow up, whomp, and it goes flying past my head because I don't give it enough time. You got to let the bass eat the bait. It's really hard to do when something explodes on your topwater. Just saying. The cool thing about this bait is you can put it on spinning tackle, and the brand new folks that are new to fishing get to throw this bait and they get to experience a frog bite. And that is cool. The hookup ratios are going to be better. The hook isn't a gaff. You don't have to throw it on a fucking broomstick. Again, medium, heavy, action rod. If you want to cheat, which most people do, including myself and Cody, you put braid to leader, so you got a little extra, you know, because braid doesn't stretch. So this is the deal. These things are rad. And I heard somebody talking about them, saying that they don't look like a frog. You know, when a bait's this small, it looks like something else. Maybe it's a firefly or a firefly? The f***, when they elected, never mind. It's been a long week, dude. It's been a long week. It's been a long couple months. Look, it looks like a dragonfly or something skipping across the water. It doesn't necessarily need to act like a frog. When the bait forage is this small, they're honing in on the size of the bait, not the specific bait. So think about that. Keep that in mind. What is happening across the street? Ladies, can we get it toned down a bit? Is that possible? What are we doing? Unbelievable. I'm trying to do a video here. Just saying. A little respect. Okay. That's it for topwater. Look, throw it right now. If you want to throw topwater right now, it's just throwing it during the morning time. Low light conditions. Evening, if it's overcast, throw it around stuff. If there's something blowing up, I'm telling you, you have to have topwater put on the front of the boat. You have to have a topwater tied on at all times if you're fishing the bank, because if fish come up to feed, you want something to throw that looks like a bait that is shitting their pants on the top of the water. I would suggest a walking bait of some sort. Erraticness, that's what triggers bass. And if they're already feeding, my man, they are going to hammer that bait. I got one more deal, bait fuel. Have you guys seen this stuff? Tell me. Of course you've seen this shit. It's like everywhere. Everybody's talking about it, except us, because we haven't tried it yet. iCast comes down the pipe, and bait fuel is designed with someone else. Can't remember who. I'm going to put it right here because I'm going to look it up later. I'm going to edit it in right here. Okay. And bait fuel and that wonderful company that's right here infuse baits with bait fuel, because that's what people did for iCast this year. Big Baits did it. This company did it, because you got to keep up with Berkeley. Ladies, what are we doing? I thought we had a conversation inside. Now we got to have a conversation outside. It's unbelievable. Okay, we're good. Had to try it. Now, I've heard some people talk about it, and they do not like it because, well, let me read you the instructions, because there's directions, okay? Shake vigorously. You guys can decide what amount of vigorousness needs to be applied. Apply directly to the bait. Sounds pretty straightforward. Add into soft plastic bag and let marinate. If it were me, 2 to 3 hours in the refrigerator overnight, just like you're marinating a steak. You know I'm lying. When I get like that, you know I'm lying. But I thought that was pretty funny. Maybe it's not. I think guys were using it with Elastec style baits, and I think they just melted. I have a scientific experiment, we'll call it, going on up in the front of the Ranger Z518's cup holder, and I accidentally, I didn't mean to do this. I put elastic in there. There was a couple other baits, and it turned into bait soup. Never getting that out. Maybe that's what they did. I don't know, man. But I'm telling you, they infuse baits. Brand new at iCast. This company right here. I still don't know the name because I still haven't edited the video yet. And everybody seems to be talking about it. So we bought some. 8 ounces. Put some in your hair. Maybe it'll stick. We got a dual purpose thing going on. I'm not judging. Okay? I'm not judging. So, need that. Got to have that box. We need that box. We got too much shit here. Move this stuff aside. What do we got here? What'd I tell you? Carolina rig. We need that shit too. And we need that box. So, Cody's going to laugh at me. But first things first, we bought some new Shakey head setups because all I had was 6-cent stuff with like a gaff for a hook because that's all they sell. It's like 6/0 and 8/0. It's bananas. So I went with some dirty Jigs stuff, complements tactical bassin, and I went with the Scott Canterbury head and a Horseshoe Shakey head. They're both 3/16 ounce. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. One of them, which is the Horseshoe, is going to be flat and stand up. Scott Canterbury designed this other. It's kind of like a, well, it's a bowl basically. It's a big fucking bowl, man. Somebody's going to get that if they listen to our podcast. That's a pretty cool one. It's just a different take on it. It's a 4/0 hook. The Horseshoes are 3/0, a little less gaffy, and I can throw them on the stuff that I bought because you can throw, you know, a 6-inch worm on a 4/0. You can get away with it. Why is Cody going to laugh at me? I'm going to tell you and Cody right now why you guys are going to laugh. We were talking about missile baits, magic worm, which we both decided looks exactly like a Zoom trick worm, which I don't have up on the corkboard. That's not really corkboard, but I had it. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, so RoboWorm came out with a new one called the Magic Worm, and it looks real similar to the trick worm. Real similar. This one's June Bug Dream, but they designed it with RoboWorm, okay? And so you've got RoboWorm colors, you've got RoboWorm salt. I mean, Missile Baits designed it, RoboWorm made it. So that's pretty cool. I mean, they're RoboWorms, man. They've got the RoboWorm colors. This one's pretty sweet. This is Blueback Secret. It's pretty light, but I dig it, man. I dig it a bunch. Now, listen, I had to get them, and this is why. Out of all the baits at iCast this year, this was one of the only ones that was for sale during and after. Whereas every other bait that they bring out at iCast, they marinate like Bait Fuel tells you to do for like 6 months, and you can't buy anything. So, John Cruz, you did something right. You've done a lot of things right, but you definitely did something right there, and I appreciate the shit out of it. That's why I bought them. Tungsten weights. Got to buy tungsten weights for Carolina rigs because you got to have 1 ounce or 3/4 ounce, which I bought all 1 ounce because I don't want to mix it up. I just want to get 1 ounce and be done with it. So I went with Swagger Tungsten. Bought 4 of them because they're $1,000 a piece. I needed to take a small business loan out on them. But I bought them. You know, I already had some, but I wanted some more. And I didn't have any Carolina rig setup weights. You know, these weights are a little bit different. They're tubular, and they're long. I don't know what the hell I just said. Listen, they're made for Carolina rigs. That's it. That's all I can tell you. Last thing I bought was some Zoom mag doses. Oh, yeah. I like the flat. I like the curly tail. This is an 8-inch. I got them in green pumpkin and, of course, June bug, because let me tell you something, that's the only 2 colors that you need for this. I mean, really. Unless these guys were to steal our color, Panda Juice, from Brent over at Inland Baits, which they're not going to do. They wouldn't do that. Brent makes some OG crawler stuff, which we have a bunch of. We've talked about them before. OG crawler, 6-inch. It looks a lot like the magic worm, a lot like, you know, all those 6-inch worms. You can use that as well, which I will 100%, no doubt in my mind. Look, go have fun. Go fishing with your friends, with your family. by yourself. Whatever it takes to get out there, just go do it, because you never know. The one thing I can take away over the last couple months is enjoy the shit out of your life. Enjoy the shit out of fishing, or whatever it is you like doing. If you're watching this, you probably want to go fishing, which is sweet, and I'm glad you guys are watching this. We could not be happier that we have all these people that watch our videos and hopefully get something out of it. If nothing else, maybe they laugh, because that's kind of what we're here for. We're having some fun. We're talking about the stuff that we like doing. So if you dig that, subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't watched the video that Cody did on all the stuff that he forgot that he bought, it's right here. See ya.